This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover a passion-driven language learning system that combines ebooks, audiobooks, and videos with the science of spaced repetition. Maximize your learning and retention today at ScienceBasedLearning.com.
Understanding subordinate clauses. Introduced by para qué and the use of the subjunctive in Spanish. As you continue expanding your Spanish skills, one essential grammatical structure you will encounter is the use of subordinate clauses introduced by para qué. These clauses express purpose or intent and always require the use of the subjunctive mood. This lesson will explain why this happens, provide examples, and highlight some exceptions to the rule. What does para qué mean? The phrase para qué translates roughly to so that or in order that in English. It introduces a subordinate clause that explains the purpose or goal of the action in the main clause. For example, estudio español para que pueda comunicarme con más personas. I study Spanish so that I can communicate with more people. Te lo explico para que entiendas. I explain it to you so that you understand. Why does para qué require the subjunctive? In Spanish, the subjunctive mood is used in subordinate clauses when there is uncertainty, subjectivity, or a change of subject linked to intentions, desires, or hypothetical situations. Because para qué expresses a purpose or intention that may or may not be fulfilled, the subjunctive is required. In the example estudio español para que pueda comunicarme, the verb pueda is in the subjunctive because it expresses an intended outcome that depends on something else. The speaker's ability to communicate is not guaranteed yet. Structure of sentences with para qué. Main clause with indicative verb, please para qué. Subordinate clause with a different subject plus verb in the present subjunctive. Notice the importance of a different subject in the subordinate clause. If the subject is the same in both clauses, para qué is typically not used. Instead, the infinitive follows para. For example, salgo temprano para llegar a tiempo. Both subjects are I. I leave early to arrive on time. Salgo temprano para que tú llegues a tiempo. Different subjects, I and you. I leave early so that you arrive on time. Examples of para qué with subjunctive. Te dejo mi número para que me llames si necesitas ayuda. I leave you my number so that you call me if you need help. Hablamos despacio para que todos comprendan la explicación. We speak slowly so that everyone understands the explanation. Aprendo nuevas palabras para que pueda mejorar mi vocabulario. I learn new words so that I can improve my vocabulary. Exceptions and notes. Same subject clause, use of infinitive. When the subject of both the main and subordinate clauses is the same, Spanish uses the infinitive after para rather than the subjunctive after para qué. This avoids unnecessary complexity. Example, estudio para aprender. I study to learn. Negative purpose clauses. The use of the subjunctive remains the same even if the intention is negative. No te lo digo para que te enojes. I'm not telling you so that you get angry. Use of a fin de que. The phrase a fin de que also means so that or in order that, and similarly requires the subjunctive mood. Example. Trabajamos duro a fin de que terminemos el proyecto a tiempo. Summary. To recap. Para qué introduces purpose clauses, where the outcome is uncertain or intended, requiring the subjunctive mood. There must be a change of subject from the main clause to the subordinate clause. If both clauses share the same subject, use the infinitive after para instead of para qué plus subjunctive. Negative intentions and similar expressions still require the subjunctive. Understanding this rule is critical to mastering Spanish's nuanced expression of purpose and intention. Practice identifying the subjects in complex sentences to decide whether to use para qué plus subjunctive or para plus infinitive. For more detailed explanations and exercises, learn more at sciencebasedlearning.com, where you can get your copy of comprehensive Spanish grammar tutorials designed to help you master these important concepts. Mastering para qué and the subjunctive. Spanish purpose clauses explained. Learn when to use para qué with the subjunctive in Spanish purpose clauses, including examples and exceptions to boost your grammar skills. Spanish grammar. Para qué. Subjunctive. Spanish learners. Purpose clauses. Spanish verbs. Spanish grammar lessons.